Hello everybody, this is Ogreboy and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2001 movie Joyride. So this movie is directed by John Dahl, and in this movie two brothers, Lewis and Fuller, are going on a road trip from Colorado to New Jersey, and on their way they're supposed to pick up Lewis's girlfriend, Venna, and along the way they're playing with this trucker radio scanner thing that's in the car, and they are talking to this guy on the radio, and Lewis is pretending to be a girl named Candy Cane, flirting with him and stuff, and when they finally tell him that it's a joke and stuff, the driver starts harassing them and chasing them throughout the road trip, and they're having to figure out how to get away from him and everything, and eventually they think they finally got rid of him when they pick up Vienna, only to find out that he's been following them still, and is determined to get his revenge on them, and everything, and it all comes down to this big climax at a hotel room. I think this movie was pretty good. It was kind of the one that helped get Paul Walker going. He was already around for a while before this movie came out and stuff. He had been around for a while, but the year this movie came out is the same year the Fast and the Furious came out, and between the two movies it kind of shot him to superstardom and everything, and I love Paul Walker in this movie. I think he's absolutely great in here, and Steve Zahn is really great too, and the two of them have really great chemistry and are really believable as brothers. Lily Sobieski, I've never been able to pronounce her name right probably, but she's really good as Vienna, and I love all of them. I think all three of them are really good in here. Rusty Nail is a really creepy character. He's voiced by Ted Levine, and he does a really great job doing his voice. He just brings this really great creepiness to the character, and there's just something very unsettling about him and everything, and Ted Levine just does a really great job doing his voice. Really great voice casting, and I love that we don't actually see the trucker throughout most of this movie. I thought that was really cool too, and everything, because he's like really creepy and everything, but you don't actually see him, you just see the truck. It kind of reminded me of the movie Duel, except instead of in Duel you actually do see signs of the trucker. In Duel you don't really see signs of him, but this movie does remind me a lot more of like a modern version of Duel in a lot of ways, and I really like that. I love like the mystery surrounding the Rusty Nail character. I know there was a couple of direct-to-video sequels that I don't know what they do with Rusty Nail in those. I'm kind of curious to see. I'll probably end up watching them here before too long to see what they're like, but I think he had potential to be a really good villain and stuff, so I just hope that they don't show him in the sequels, because I love the less is more approach that they took with this, where you don't actually see him and everything. And I love the ending too. It had a really great ending, like the way it just leaves you with the unsatisfaction. It kind of felt a little anticlimactic because Rusty gets away and everything, but it also kind of was nice because it left off where they could have made sequels, which I know they did the direct-to-video sequels. I don't know if they had originally planned on doing more with and actually having Paul Walker and Steve Zahn return, but I don't know what else they could have really done with their characters and this story and everything. This is one of those that could have just been a one and done thing, and probably should have been. I'm guessing the direct-to-video sequels aren't as good. I don't know. I'll find out here in the next few days, I guess, but I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a lot of fun, and it had some really good cinematography too. And the score in here is done by Marco Beltrami, and his score is just really, really good. It fits the movie perfectly, and it kind of has that early 2000s vibe to it, but it just fits this movie perfectly. And this is more of a thriller than a horror movie, but I still just really enjoyed this one and found it to be a lot of fun and everything. And I've been wanting to review Joyride on my channel for a while. That's why I decided to throw it in my 31 Days of Horror, because I kept on passing up watching it for a really long time and I hadn't seen it in forever. So I'm glad that I finally rewatched it, because it's actually as good as I remembered. I was actually really happy to say that I enjoyed it just as much now as I always have. So I like that and everything. So all in all, I'd say Joyride is a really fun movie. It does have its issues there. It does feel like the beginning is a little rushed, and I know that there is like a 29-minute alternate opening to this movie on the DVD. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm thinking about watching it at some point, seeing what the difference is, because it does feel like there were some things left out at the beginning of it. It could have just made the relationship between the brothers a little bit better, and the relationship between Vanna and the brothers, because there's like this weird love triangle thing that isn't very well written into the movie and kind of feels forced. I think they could have done better with that and everything. But this movie, for what it is, it's a fun ride and everything, and it's pretty fast paced. It's only an hour and 36 minutes and it flies by and everything, so it's a pretty well paced movie and everything. So it's pretty good. Like I said, it has its issues with some things in the story, but nothing enough to really make me not like this movie. So I'm gonna give Joyride a 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie quite a bit, and it's one of those that I've always really liked. It's just a fun thrill ride and everything, and it's one of those that's non-stop thrills throughout the movie. And wow, it takes a few minutes to get going, but once it gets going, it gets really good. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Joyride, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.
Yeah!